whatever.
Record is running.
Yep, it's told me.
Okay, it's just that we are strictly to a 30-minute deadline.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that Zoom, you can only do 30 minutes unless you upgrade.
Correct.
So, basically, this wonderful chat that we're going to have, oh, look, you're wearing Hera, is basically aimed around this ambassador, influencer, and model, which I've had numerous questions today, yesterday, the day before, about what it's actually all about and why we're doing it, etc., etc., etc. The reason is because we've all got different aspects on what this thing is. But when it comes to the roles of ambassador and model and influencer, even Dan will have his bits that he can put in, because I know he gets bombarded with these messages every day. So we all get these messages constantly. Even Renal, you've had them this week, asking you to be an ambassador, even though you're a photographer. I've had exactly the same thing today from 2 brands that have commented on my post going, we want you to be an ambassador, contact this company directly, like James from them. And it does get a little bit tiring when you have it constantly flashing up on your timeline, especially when we're there trying to promote what we do. Of course, models will see this as a big opportunity, because I think that the company are big, they're going to get their names out there, etc., etc., etc. It's working with this 10%, 20% discount code. And my biggest pet hate with all of that, of course, is that the models are working for free. Because the 10, 20%, where does the proof come from that that your code is being used?
How do they track it? Yeah.
Exactly. How does a model know that?
Because that's the big problem with it. I mean, you could have that code used 10, 20, 30 times. You're just being told that, you've made so-and-so sales, because that's what it is. It's down to sales at the end of the day. So if somebody has bought 10 items, for example, and used the code, on those 10 items, do they get 10 times the commission, or is it just 1? Does that count?
It's such a grey area. It's such a grey area.
Yeah, and it's why terms and conditions and stuff are so important. And whenever you get these messages, are they giving you terms and conditions? It's just reply now, and all you have to do is fill out this website. Just put your name, your email address, tick this box that says you agree to do everything. I mean, and it's why we stress the whole read what it is, even if you really want to. I mean, I read for the one that I got, and it said you get commission. Your commission starts from the first 10 sales you make. Now, that one, which I won't name, but if somebody requests it, I can share it and put it to the world.
They're very cheeky as well. They're very cheeky with these DMs and things, because if you actually read into it, it also requires you to actually buy your own stuff.
That's it. 9 times out of 10, it's first we'll give you this item 50% off. Yeah. So your first thing is 50% off. Then you get your unique 30% discount code. Then oh god. Yeah.
So we want you to advertise our products for us, but we'd also like you to buy them from us as well. And then we'd like you to spend a few hours every week promoting them for us, all for free. And we may or may not be able to give you 3 or 4 quid at the end of the month when somebody's used your discount code. Is that fair enough?
And then they'll say, the opportunity for maybe a shoot, because that's the other thing. It's the opportunity to be part of, and it's just like, I have to pay.
Maybe featured on our page, Yeah,
and then they're just going to use their cousin. They're just going to use their cousin at the end of the day. So,
but I tell you what, it is attractive to a lot of people, because they get these messages, they get these DMs, or they get these comments on their photos, and they think, oh, somebody wants me. They want me. And they go and tell their friends and family, I'm a model. And these companies, these brands, they put it into these people's heads that maybe have had no experience in the modeling industry, or are not used to receiving these kinds of messages, that if you do this, you're going to be, you'll be in London Fashion Week. You're going to be walking down the catwalk. This is just a stepping stone, And they're sold a dream effectively, and they think, oh, an ambassador. I could be an ambassador for you. I'm part of it. Yeah, they glorify it, basically. Basically, we want you to put an ill-fitting T-shirt on, take a few Instagram photos and try and get your mates to buy it because, you know, you've told them to. That's effectively what they're doing. But we want you to buy the T-shirt as well. And
one of the things that I always say to a lot of people is, if you work in a shop selling clothing, you're paid by the hour. If you're selling clothing on Instagram, you're paid by a discount code. And the biggest thing that I can't really get to relate is, at the end of the day, if I was working in Top Man, selling Top Man's clothing, I'd be, you know, being paid by the hour to sell that merchandise.
Yep.
On Instagram, I'm being paid by a 20% discount code, which is no guarantee I will see the report figures for that 20% discount code. So I don't know if I'm making 1 sale, 2 sales, 3 sales, 4. There's nothing. But this whole big title of being an ambassador, it sounds great. You know, it's like being named the Queen. But the thing at the end of the day is, it doesn't actually hold anything to it. It's a 20% discount code, which you're using to sell clothing. But then go work in a shop and be paid by the hour.
The amount of people that I know that like to have that title so they can put it in their Instagram bio, and then they've got about 3 or 4 discount codes in their bio. Use Amy for 10% off this. Use Amy 10 for 10% off this. And they've got 4 or 5 different brands or products that they're, you know, representing or being an ambassador for. And by having that in their bio, I don't know if it gives them some kind of self-importance. Is that why they do it? I don't know, to feel like they're, you know, some kind of social media influencer, but
it's part of the contract, isn't it? It's the whole, oh look, a company wants me to do this, so I've got to do this and I'm part of it. But it's funny, I was talking about this earlier, the whole idea of what a brand ambassador is, and it's interesting how social media has really made creativity evolve and stuff. And the reason the title is being taken is because in the olden days, what a brand ambassador was, and they are still there, you go to shopping centres, you'd go to fairs, and there would be brand ambassadors. But like Marvin said, they were paid for their time.
Yeah, this is.
I mean, they still are. I mean, they advertise them all the time. £10 an hour, you're going to be working on the Sky Store. You need to get as many subscriptions to our Sky TV package as you can.
Correct.
That's what a brand ambassador was. It still is. It's not a dead title, but it's about the way it's being used now for companies where, I mean, there's nothing wrong with startups, but it is just the guy that designed one T-shirt and thought, hey, I'm going to make 3 of them now.
Yeah.
Now, instead of hiring somebody to do his marketing, he now knows all he has to do is go on Instagram, give a couple away, or at 50% off. So really, it's just the
covering
price.
His costs.
It's probably just the price he bought it at. Let's face it. That's why he doesn't giving it away. And then, you know, the person is very happy to market it for free. And it's ridiculous. And the reason we have such a stand against it is because you'll only ever see those discount codes on Instagram. If they really were this big marketing genius and it'd be everywhere.
It would be everywhere.
I've never seen it on Twitter. I've never seen it on Twitter. I've never seen it on Facebook. There are models that have walked all sorts of shows. I've never seen them with a discount code.
It's never.
And even better, I've never used one. I've never met anybody who said, oh yeah, I get 10% off this.
I've never, ever used one in my life.
Yeah, it's just there's so many of them. I've never thought, oh, I could get 25% off Hannah Martin. I mean, one of you know who it is. That's the thing, because you see it comment, so you know who it is.
Yeah.
How much have you bought? Because she's probably got 20, 30 ambassadors minimum. How many have you bought? Have you ever told anybody to buy it?
It's like everybody I know. And I mean, I was highlighted to a profile yesterday, and on the profile they had 6 different company names and 6 different codes. It's over the top. It's way too many. If you're going to do it, focus on one, because you can't do 6.
Also, you're selling yourself cheap.
Well, yeah, very much so.
You know, if somebody looks at that, they're thinking, "Oh, I'm just another number to them." We're already representing 6. You know, and a paid modelling job are going to look at that and go, he's doing it for 8 other companies free of charge. Why do I need to go through Brand Models UK, or why do I need to go for an agency and pay for this guy?
They literally wouldn't.
Literally, and that's why we make such a big deal about it, because the point is, it goes 2 ways. How can we tell them you're worth paying for when all they need to do is message you themselves and give you a 20% code?
Yep.
And we have that happening. We've had brands say they want to book a model, and in the next breath, they're going directly to the model, offering them a 20% discount code, and the model's accepted it. And it's like, I'm trying to sell you at a paid hourly rate. You've just gone and accepted a discount code, and then the models turn around to us in the past going, well, can we do that then? Well, no. Because you've already accepted the discount code.
Too late, yeah.
So I can't go back on it.
And that's the thing. It's when they backtrack. You just tell them. Can't you just say, oh, now I want to work for a paid fee? No, it doesn't actually work like that. That's why we say it's important to know your worth. And
absolutely.
With the whole influencer thing, because I think that's another thing that we haven't spoken about yet, but we're going to. It's the same thing of what an influencer does. And I think because of social media, it's really bigged up the idea of an influencer is somebody who gets lots of engagement. And engagement is important. I'm not denying it. That is what makes the role a role. But it's very similar to what the whole ambassador title is. Influencers are supposed to encourage people to buy products.
Yeah.
But the difference is an influencer should be doing something. So originally, when YouTube first came out and stuff, it was makeup tutorials. That's what really made it all blow up. It was the idea that people would make themselves look like a very pretty lady that I can't think of one right now, so you're just going to have to imagine a very pretty lady. What's that? Gemma Collins, she's kind of pretty. I've said it on camera now, so I can't get rid of it.
Well, that's great. Brilliant.
Gemma Collins!
So they would do their makeup routine and they would say, oh, look how I look now. Here's the products I used. Use the code to get it, blah, blah, blah. And that's how influencing became what it was. It was seeing people use products and want to know, oh, how can I be like that? And that's why it's such a lucrative field. So I don't want to discredit it, but it's when it starts to mix with a T-shirt brand saying they're looking for influencers. You don't. If you were reviewing the T-shirt, saying what you liked about it, it would have a bit more credibility because that's what actual influencers do. They review items. They tell you what is good about the item. They tell you what they like about it. They have a series on it. It's not just one random video about this T-shirt they were sent in the post. It's normally somebody that has an interest in that field or an interest in that particular product style, and they spend lots of time on it. And that's why now, with these brand ambassador titles and these influencer titles being thrown around, the actual art is being disappeared, and it's making it harder for people that actually do it and want to.
It's very
get into it. And then, like Dan was saying earlier, when somebody does get approached and think, oh, I could be an influencer, all they think is, I just need to wait for somebody to send me something for free, or I have to buy 5 T-shirts and then review them.
But they're not.
It's just
for free. And this is the thing, as we said earlier,
that's the problem.
50% code, and you get 50% off the first one. Then your code comes into operation.
Correct.
And that's not being an influencer. An influencer is somebody who sets something for free, and they actually, as you say, do a whole talk on it, what it's made from, how it works, how it feels, how it fits, everything. And that's what the influencer role was. And the ambassador role then came in, and unfortunately those two seem to have merged into one, which can't, because that doesn't work. Somebody with a discount code isn't an influencer. An influencer talks about the product. An ambassador just does a 20% code, use my name with 20% at the back.
That's it. They're just a figure, usually a fairly popular figure that are going to get, are going to attract an audience that they want to buy it because that person is associated with it. Do you know what I mean? So it's usually some kind of public figure that's got 50,000 followers. He wears it. I want to wear it. But unfortunately, there's some real sad. Okay, and I'll tell you this now, because of social media, people on social media are more interested in having a discount code in their bio, saying they're associated with a brand, gaining followers, and looking as a popular figure in the eyes of their followers than getting 10 quid an hour from a brand. They'd rather have the social media presence, a discount code in their title. But unfortunately for them, what they don't realise is that is then going to hinder their opportunities in the future if they ever did want to, go into any paid work. But at the moment, unfortunately, the sad thing is people are more focused on how many likes they're getting, how many comments they're getting, how many followers they can get just because they're associated with this brand, rather than actually, making themselves worth something to that brand. People are so caught up at the moment in checking their followers and their likes and comments, and they'll do anything they can to have anything in their bio or anything associated with them that's going to boost that. And I think that's quite sad, to be fair.
Well, we had this discussion the other day with me and Renelle, and unfortunately now it comes down to likes, comments, follows, and shares. And, you know, it's like I had somebody in the live with you the other night, Dan, who asked us about, as a model, do you need thousands of followers? The answer is no, because as a model, you wear that clothing on a photo shoot, it gets put back in a box and sent back to the brand, or the brand's on site to do that photo shoot. We then don't have every name with a 20% discount code at the end of it. Our models are paid by the hour to do that photo shoot. My thing is when models are asking you, do I need so many thousands of followers? The answer is actually no. You know, you don't need to promote it. That's not what we do. A model is a model. An influencer, yes, they need their thousands of followers because that's what we do. And an ambassador, the sad thing about ambassadors at the moment is you can find some ambassadors who've only got 500, 600 followers.
Yep, you can.
Truthfully, what's actually happening is they're acting as an advert for free. They're selling to those 500 people, and not being funny, it's not going to make them any bigger than what they are in the public eye. All it's going to do is go out to those 500 people. Their code's not going to be used. Do we know if their code's used? And the thing is, it's just using them as a billboard.
They're being used and abused. Used and abused, aren't they?
I tell the models all the time, I mean, the only reason you would ever do one of those things, really, and like I said, I only really encourage it if you really want the product, because 9 times out of 10, you're just a paid customer. That's all you are. And it's like that with any item. And that's why before it was just clothes, now it's CBD oil, which seems to appear everywhere. And look at his face, because he knows, he's seen it. Vapes is
it's everywhere, isn't it?
Where, you can get your CBD oil off me, just type in, and then it's the person's last name, and then CBD, and then the number 15, and you get 15% off. And it's just about saying that, look, this is why, maybe it's because I do a lot of the admin stuff, that's why reading is so important. But you read it, and it says, I mean, the one that they put, that somebody came to me with, it was the same thing. It said, sell 10 things first, then your commission starts. Most people who are doing this are just trying to go viral, and they're trying to be the next big thing. They think, as soon as I join this company, I'm going to blow up and make millions. If they're lucky, they'll make one sale. If they're really lucky and somebody really does look at them in their Primark t-shirt that the person's just put a logo over on and buys it, you know, at worst, they're going to make, 25p? Exactly. And because they made one sale, the company's going to go, well, you only made one sale. You're not a very good ambassador, are you? How are you going to be the face of our company? And then they'll just say, you'll say that it's the cycle.
I've got quite a few people in my Instagram friends list. I would say probably 50 to 100 of them have these codes in their bio, all right? And I'm fairly close with some of them, yeah? I have never, ever, even though some of them are my best friends, I've never used their code. I've never bought anything they're advertising, and that's my best friends, you know? So from a complete stranger, they're not going to care. You know, they're not... If I'm not using it, and they're, you know, I'm really close to them, and I've got maybe 100 of them in my Instagram, I see them come up all the time in their stories, you know, use me for this. I've never used one. I've never used one, you know? They're doing a lot of groundwork for these companies for literally, for nothing, you know? They're literally puppets.
This thing about selling 10 items, you have to sell 10 items before you get your commission. Well, if they've got 15 people on that term, you know, you're looking at a hell of a lot of promotion for that brand from those 15 people. They've got to get 10 sales before they make anything. The amount of promotion that's going to go into that, especially from the model, but then times it by 15, the brand's actually getting that much promotion.
Yeah.
You know, if you were to do that in a magazine promotion or a newspaper promotion or a paid promotion through social media, you'd be paying a lot of money. You know, and
that's why we have a discussion with it, because the whole reason of why, like our agency at least, what we do is say it's about educating the companies, because a lot of the companies that do this, let's face it, they're not huge. Lots of them are either startups or they've only been around a year or so, and they're just wading through the water. And, you know, of course, they're like, oh, I want more sales. I want to get this. And, you know, I need more content. I need more content. And it's just like, you keep getting selfies of random people that you've never met, and it's not getting any better. Even if you're that scared of, you've got to invest somewhere. And I think it's about, look, invest where actually we promote all the time. We've got a big record on it. The companies we've worked with before, the feedback is there. And we know it works because it's not an exclusive thing that we do. What we do isn't exactly new. It's something that people have been doing for years. And although social media has made it a lot easier and more accessible, once again, I still ain't used Instagram Shop. I see it all the time, and it's such a cool little gimmick. I get it, but I still have never done it. But little things like having a website, having actual pictures of models on your website, and
goes a long way.
Yeah, not just a selfie. When you go on the JD website, if you just saw a whole load of selfies, even was it ASOS and Boohoo? They're two massive brands that have come out of nowhere. They didn't start with ambassador codes. They didn't start with selfies.
No.
And they're massive.
I've got a friend who has recently started up their own brand, and a lot of their images are selfies. And one of the worst ones is this was before I joined Brand Models UK. I put a top on and I had a photo in front of me, ring light, and I sent it to him. I put it on Instagram story for him. He literally screenshot the picture with his iPhone and uploaded it straight to his official website, and it still had the Instagram story surround. It had the reply box at the bottom. And then he wonders why his brand isn't taking off. He's just got me stood there with an Instagram logo and reply to message at the bottom. So these brands, it's not an awful amount of money to be able to book a model, book half a day, get some professional photos done, and get it done properly. If you're trying to bring a brand into such a really, really tough market, I mean, since through lockdown, I probably know 10 people who've said, I'm going to start a clothing brand. So if those 10 people had a clothing brand, 9 of them said, yeah, mate, can you take a photo of yourself in a car park, right? Or can you take a photo of yourself at home? But then that one clothing brand said, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to invest just a little bit more money into it. I'm going to get a proper website. I'm going to get some proper models, some proper photographs. Who do you think is going to do better? Obviously, the one that looks more professional.
Yeah.
So it's always worth just putting that little bit of extra money into your business, your brand, to give it the right image, because I wouldn't buy a T-shirt from a new startup company that I saw with a bloke in a petrol station car park, not ironed, ill-fitting.
They're sat in the car,
seatbelt on, across the car.
Yeah,
hit up your boy for the new garms.
A brand,
it doesn't.
A lot of money, and a brand does cost a lot of money to start up. You have to buy 5,000 pieces in some cases to start it up, and if you're going to invest that amount of money into a brand, you would have money to market that brand. It would be there, because if you didn't market it properly, it's not going to do anything. So you've got brands going, it's not working. Well, no, because you've got Sid in his garden with a shed behind him.
Yeah,
and it
literally
just doesn't sell your
logo. You can't see the logo at all.
Yeah, the logo's all folded over. It's not ironed.
And it's like, okay.
And it doesn't fit well, so it doesn't look great. Nobody's going to buy it if it doesn't look great in that picture. When you look at stuff and you see it, it's like we always say to our models, when we put it on you, we know how to sell it to the person looking at the screen. If you put it on and it doesn't fit properly, or you've got a tacky shed in the background of your picture, and my eyes are taken to that shed because I'm more concerned about the holes in it and the window that's broken, then I'm not going to buy your brand. I'm not going to see what I'm supposed to be looking at. We get those high quality images and we produce those high quality images. But as you're right, Dan, with what you say, what am I going to go for? A selfie or a real image?
Exactly.
That thing of quality works and it sells. As soon as you see a grain selfie that you can't see the top properly, it doesn't look great, or it's in a background of something that just looks atrocious. And if I see one more toilet selfie, I'm going to cry. But
this is ignoring the brand as well. This is ignoring the fact that before you've even gotten to the face of what the design is, if the person likes it or not, you've lost them already because they can barely see it.
Exactly.
It's such a competitive market where, once again, I know loads of people that have said they want to start a brand now. It's very, very easy, and that's what social media has done. It's made it very easy to start up. It's very easy you can go online, you can get companies that will make the clothing, that will make the branding, that will make a website for you, that you can have your online store. They will do it all for you. They don't provide the photography.
No.
And I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because they don't need to.
We could all now jump off this Zoom call and go and start 5 clothing brands each within a matter of hours.
It's that
it's easily done. And it's about saying that actually the marketing is important. And it's because of this whole instant gratification that people desire. They just want to say, look, here's my site, it's ready. The website's ready, go buy here. Yeah. But then actually, they haven't thought about what it is. They just made a pretty logo using the logo designer that was built on the website itself. They haven't thought about design. And all of those things is actually what we do. Yeah. We're not going to sit there and tell a company that, oh, your design's bad. That's not what our role is. Our role is to make sure your design looks good. We want to make your design, the work that you've put in, look the best it can be. And that's why we have models.
And you're not going to get that done with taking a selfie on your mobile phone.
It just doesn't work.
You want your brand to look the best, invest a little bit of money.
That's why now when they do adverts, they hire studios and people. They don't say, here, Mr. Influencer, here's a shirt. Take a picture of it and put it on Instagram, please. They don't. You'll never see it. Go all over their page. They don't do it.
When you look at this, when you look at the whole thing of somebody just putting a T-shirt on really quickly, so like Dan, you said, they told you to put a T-shirt on and go and take a picture somewhere. When they're taking them in the bathroom and they're taking them in the garden, they're not actually putting much thought into this. And if you're acting as an influencer or an ambassador, an influencer especially, they will take the time to make sure the background looks great. They've got a camera that works, and they do that very, very well. The ambassadors have got a real big thing where if you're putting it on a T-shirt and just taking it in your toilet or your hallway, or you're not actually thinking about where you're taking that picture, the respect for that brand isn't actually there. It's just free clothes. It's like, clothes me for free, but actually you're not, because I've got to pay 50% before it comes free.
And we keep ignoring that. That's the joke. We really just keep pretending that to start up, you have to invest. But then that's what the company will say. Oh, you got to spend money to make money. If you really want to do it, you got to put a little bit of, I tell you, it's the new multi-level marketing. It really is. I tell you it is. Because it's bringing people to their business. It is though. If you think about it, if you really think about it, the only way that you blow up is if you get all your friends to do it. If your friends don't use the code, they're not really your friends and they're not really supporting your dreams. But Dan, your dreams to be with Martin.
That man in the middle on my screen. Dan knows some brands, it's the quality. And quality is important. And he knows, grinning like a Cheshire cat, where I'm going with this. But when you look at quality of brands, and when you look at what you have to take photos of, and when you look at what ambassadors are buying into, one of the things I'd always look at is the brand themselves and the quality of that clothing. Because it's me that's got to sell it to my friends and relatives, cat and my nan. But when you look at it, it has to be a decent quality. If I can see through it, or it's not that good, how do I sell that to my friends, relatives?
That's the problem. You sell these things, you tell your 20,000 followers, look at this T-shirt, it's amazing, it fits so well, the quality is amazing, use my code. They go and buy it, and they go, Dan, you've told us to spend 35 quid on this, and, I ended up cleaning the kitchen sides with it. It's awful, and it knocks back on you. And it's not credible. Do you know what I mean? Some of these companies that want to spend £1.50 per T-shirt, knock it out for $27.99 for slapping a logo on it, they're going to come undone very quickly, because as soon as they start getting a few people buying them, because inevitably people will buy them, they'll soon realise that what they actually are is £1.50 T-shirts.
But who are they going to come for? Because they're not going to go for the brand.
They're not going to go for the brand. They're going to go to the bloke that said, go and buy this T-shirt, or the woman that said, go buy this T-shirt because it's amazing. And they're going to leave horrible comments on your profile. It's going to knock your social media, and then no one's going to want to work with you ever again anyway.
They'll go on their 20k followers and go, boom, look, this person wasn't very good. They'll stop tagging you. They'll stop mentioning you. They'll put out new posts saying they're looking for new ambassadors. And the cycle continues.
Yeah, it does. And today, it's all over Instagram today. There's about 11 brands on Instagram today wanting ambassadors. And of course, the good old excuse of COVID-19. But I've heard that. The thing is, at the end of the day, if you're starting at a brand and it's costing you £5,000 or more, literally, what do we do? I've just received a gift from Zoom.
Okay, all right. So that's why my face pulled up like that. Okay, cool.
What do we do when it's, we've got brands continually going out there going, COVID-19 did this and COVID-19 done that. The thing is, at the end of the day, if you're bringing a brand out of COVID-19 like we did with Brand Models UK, we came out a hell of a lot stronger. New website, new look, new logos, new signatures. It costs money. But we didn't then sit there and go, oh, I'm going to have to get all my models to act as an ambassador for me and go and promote it for me. We have to do that ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, I have to shout about it. Renelle has to shout about it. But we don't then go out and go, I need ambassadors all over my social media. We have a very big group of models now, and models that are there to be paid. My issues are, of course, as we've already had this discussion, when a model then goes and does something for free, it becomes very difficult then to try and sell said model to a company, because that company will look
very
at it.
difficult is an understatement. It's near impossible. I'm not saying it, but it really is more, because what they'll do is they'll just
they set their bar, aren't they? That's it. I'm free.
Yeah,
I'm free.
And the thing is, model will go, oh well, now I want this. Could you just imagine if somebody gave you a free service and then you said, actually, now I want to be paid for it?
But
if you developed, upgraded, fair play, but 9 times out of 10, well, because of COVID, they should be at home anyway. But they haven't upped their game at all, and that's the whole point. That's why we're there, and I understand the whole. You know, it's the first time I've ever been approached, or someone's told me, and they really think I could be good. Let us help you. It's what we're there for.
Correct.
Literally, our job is to convince them that you are worth paying. They can spend £25 a day on social media ads. They can spend £25 an hour on you, because you're going to promote it all the time because you're so grateful that they're actually paying for your time.
I mean,
and it's just a message,
Like we know, like myself and Renelle know, that when models are paid by the hour, if you suddenly go and chuck a 20% discount code on your timeline on your social media, and a brand sees that, if they're then going to pay you the amount they would pay you an hour over 6 hours for a full day photo shoot, both me and Renelle know that means you would make a very big loss compared to a free discount code. Compared to being paid by the hour, you're going to make a huge loss. And I don't get how people can live like that. You know, my thing is, you have a mobile phone to pay for. If you're a fitness model, you have a gym to pay for, protein to pay for. Models have makeup, hair, things like that they need to do. It doesn't come for free. You know, and if you're going to go and work for free and a brand's willing to pay you by the hour, but you want to go and work for a discount code, you're chucking away a lot of money that you're actually worth. So we see in our models that they're worth a brand to pay for them. But then they see that they're worth a 20% discount code from a random brand. And I mean,
it really is.
Models contact me
to make their status, to make them look good in the public eye. That's all it is.
But even that, what is that? What is the good look status thing? Because that's the bit that I don't understand. I think I get
if you've got these codes in your bio, people as an outsider will look at you and go, "Wow, fantastic! You a model? Are you a model? Look at all these people that want you. You've got discount codes in your bio. Wow, who are you? I've got to follow you. You're someone special. Do you know what I mean? Everybody wants you. You're representing all these brands. 5 brands you're representing. Wow, you must be rich. You know, that is the perception that they want to give.
If only that was the case. And the thing at the end of the day, it's not really a big thing when it's a status of, I've got 7 brands I'm a discount code person for. If it was, I'm a model and I've modeled these brands, which I might mention, but I don't have to, we would on Brand Models UK. But when you look at it and you think, well, actually, they've modeled that, they've done a paid job and it's a paid line of work, you can sit there every day trying to slog a dead horse to market. And not being funny, a 20% discount code, I'm not going to buy anything for a 20% discount code. It's not going to make money.
I've never used it. I've never met anybody who has. I've always said, if you find something and you think, wow, that design is lovely. I mean, to be honest, we've worked with brands in the past that I know it's wrong, but if they had a discount code, I'd be all over it. In all seriousness. I know we should. Are we allowed to give shout out to brands? Can we do that? That we've worked with before? Is that okay? I don't know. Yeah. Sorry, Ted might see this. I'll tell him anyway. But one of the brands that we have quite a good relationship with is based in Bulgaria. They're called Ginza Mode, and we met them at a trade show a couple of years ago. And once again, the reason that they caught our eye was that their designs were really striking and really unusual. It wasn't just, here's my little logo. It was, they all had themes and stuff.
No, it's not a little logo.
yeah. But I mean, go look at them afterwards. Their stuff is amazing. You know, if they want me to be an ambassador, I'm all over it. You know,
we did a whole photo shoot for that brand in Portugal, and when I went to Portugal, Ginza was one of the brands that was on that.
Yeah, they snapped up on it immediately, didn't they? They were just like, yes.
Worked amazingly with the backdrops of Portugal. I mean, I couldn't believe how well it fitted in. But to be fair, Ginza are one of those brands that are like, do you know what? I've got a great product. It's a great quality, and it is a great quality. I've worked with it, and it endured 38 degrees worth of heat in Portugal. And literally, when you look at it, he doesn't do the ambassador thing. He doesn't do the discount code thing. He does it properly. And
a good brand doesn't need to discount their clothes. If you've got a good product and a good brand, you haven't got to get 200 people to throw a 20% discount code at people online.
No.
You haven't got to do that. If you're, you know, you don't see these major big, like, can you imagine Ralph Lauren or Tommy Hilfiger going, all right, mate, do you want to give everyone 10% off? You don't need to. You know, if you've built enough value into your brand and you've built, you know, a good following, you do not need to throw all this money off just to get people to buy it. It looks desperate in some cases, to be fair.
It does.
Because that's what I'm going to say. Even if it did work, say you know, they're a massive company. If they're a massive company, they can afford to do it if it works. Why aren't they doing it then? If it really is an effective strategy,
why aren't they doing it?
Yeah. For them, it really wouldn't. They could just have a 10% code that they give to everybody who sign up on your website, like all of these small brands have that you just join.
That devalues your image.
When you look at the modelling industry, and when you look back to the days of Naomi Campbell, would she have been a 20% discount code person?
Use code Kate Moss for 10% off.
They have discount codes.
Yeah. Get the London look, 20% off. It doesn't work, does it?
Little lady, I don't even know her name. It's so bad. No discount code, but that's the point. I know her branding. I know immediately as she's the face of Rimmel. There's no code.
No.
There's no code.
She was paid a lot of money. And the thing is, at the end of the day, she's a model. That's the difference. And a model is paid. An ambassador is a 20% discount code. Sometimes it's 10. And you know,
I've seen 15 as well.
I'm like, well, what's that going to do?
It's something we're never going to encourage because we've seen it all the time. It's even funnier when we get it and we make jokes like, "Right, look, I got it." Did you get the message that says that? Right, we can carry on. Oh, you didn't get it. All right, don't worry.
I want
I
Canon to come to me and go, "Malvin, will you be an ambassador for me?"
Yeah, mate, I'd be all over it, you know. Not even a joke. I know it's wrong and what we're talking about we shouldn't be saying. But no, but really, the whole message is you should be paid for what you're worth. Simple as.
And you should be
given a discount code, you're saying that you're not worth being paid for. You're worth having a discount in our services. And that's just not valid. That's not what discounts are for. That's not how it should be. And we're never
into this. I mean, you hear it all the time like I do right now. And then people or our models will say to me, well, why don't you do it? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Another agency I work for, they make us do these discount codes. Well, that's fine. Right. But as the owner of Brand Models UK, and you're the model manager of Brand Models UK, it's something that we wouldn't do because, as we know, we have to find these models paid work. I'm not going to go out looking for every discount code there is. I could get it easy enough.
We have. That's the joke. We have.
You could have had it the other day with the clothing brand that wanted you because you had that rugged look.
I'll tell you, remind me afterwards to everybody because I don't even know what that means. So what does that mean? I don't look rugged. My hair's a mess, but I don't look rugged.
It's because
if I accepted every single opportunity that I had come through on DM, I would spend every hour of every day taking photographs in my bathroom with different T-shirts on. Yeah. You know? I must have to delete 5 to 6 of these every single day in my message requests. I get comments on every picture. Oh, DM us for a great offer and all this. But unfortunately, people do, and people fall for it, and you know that's where they get their free advertising.
But it's why we need to do this. It's literally why we need to do this, and it's just about giving that message of. It's very easy to say do everything our way, but it's like actually it's just proof in the pudding, and just about having different perspectives on it.
So do you guys have an issue then with people that you've had on your books who are in the, have had their portfolio shoots, You've taken the time out to go and do a full day's shooting with them. And then a week later, you see them that they're on Instagram or wherever, whichever social media platform it is, and they're already back to doing ambassador codes, influencer codes, 10% this, 20%. How do you then recover that from being able to them working for free to you then switching that round to them being paid? Or is it impossible? Can you not do that? Once they've done that, it's done. And you can't help them.
Should we let Renal answer first and then I'll go?
No, I was going to make you do it.
I can
Right.
Is it unsalvageable? Is the damage done? You can't work with them anymore. You'll have to leave. Sorry, you made your bed. Now go lie in it. Or is there a bit of
Yeah, go first. Go first.
I know my opinion isn't probably the right one, but at the end
how it is.
As the person who started Brand Models UK, I started it to get models paid work. If we then put in a lot of work to get portfolios, and believe me, it is a lot of work, as you know, Dan, and as the weekend just gone and the weekend coming up, we're in London with at least 30 models over the 2 days. It's a lot of work to put in. We provide them with a very high quality portfolio. We put them on a website, our website. We start to get castings for them, this, that, and the other. But the moment they go and put a discount code on their Instagram bio is the moment that it will cause not just me an issue, but the other man that's got to answer an issue. Because then trying to sell that person to a brand, the brand's going to look at me and go, well, they've got a 20% discount code on their page. I'm not paying them. They can do it for free. And immediately, it causes us an issue. Now, I've had many a model say to me this week and last week, well, you need to, that's what I do. Well, that's fine. But what you're not a model understand from my point of view, and it has to come from my point of view, and the point of view is, that's fine. But what they then have to understand is, if another model gets that job over them because they're not an ambassador, that's not from my doing. It'll be from the brand's doing, because we'll show them every model we've got. And as Renal knows, the brands will go and look at their Instagram profiles. The moment they do, if they find a model that's not promoting a 20% discount code over a model who is promoting a 20% discount code, they'll go with the model that will put the time in.
Yeah.
And the time is turning up to a photo shoot on time, getting quality images, and getting the images they need for their website and their social media. Not for shouting about after. We do that through Brand Models UK. We put it on our page, we shout out about it, it goes on our stories like we've done for the brands that we've worked with. But that's not down for the model to do. They just turn up, look like they do, promote the brand on the day, do a few stories on the day, and that's it. But the moment you literally put a thing in your bio, that's the problem. Because once it goes in there, it takes your worth away.
Yeah. I mean, because that's mostly what I'm doing. I'm saying to people, look, we've got a whole load of great models here. I think this person would be great for you. And if, once again, it's funny because your question was more about people that have done it and how do you salvage it?
Yeah.
Because we're sort of seen as figureheads and we're sort of like the bosses and we're telling you what you should and shouldn't do. 9 times out of 10, they go, nah, you guys are wrong. I'm going to go be a star. I'm going to go make it and I'm going to be amazing.
Go on, then. Good luck.
And I'm telling you, personally, without naming names because it's so tempting, but I'm not going to. I've always said to Myron, I hope we're wrong. You know, it really could be that they go out and go be a star and we go see them on the face of every single London billboard. But normally what happens is the company will come back to us and go, you know that model I wanted? They wanted £350 an hour. And we're like, oh, that's more than a lawyer. And then they're like, no. And then they email us saying, yeah, here's the models we want. Here's the package that we want. Thank you. So...
Like there's no zero tolerance policy. Whereas if they do it, you're out.
It's tempting. I think we should put it in, but I think this is why this video is important.
That would stop it. That would stop the real models, the people that are really interested in getting paid work. That would stop anybody from being an ambassador or an influencer, putting discount codes on. That would, if you threaten to say, like, if you do that, I'm sorry, we can't help you anymore. It's not what we're about. It makes our job very difficult. We've invested so much time and effort into you. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to part ways. That would stop us.
I do think there are people that have no idea. I am convinced that there are people that have, and that's why it's important that we do this, because I do think a lot of them are genuinely clueless. They really just they just think, oh, it's not really modeling. Somebody just wants me to show off that's fine. I think they don't think about it as much as we do. They just see it as an Instagram op and that they want to be the face of this brand. I mean, I was saying to one of the models a couple of weeks ago that there are people out there that would rather be the face of 12 brands and not be paid for it than be featured in one and then be paid for it. Yeah. It's more important to be the face and be seen and go viral when they don't go viral. You're the face of 5 brands. Each brand has the exact same amount of followers. They all have 10 to 12K. At one point it was 10.4, but then it shifted up and down. Corona, what can you say? But what is the point of being the face of 9 brands? So altogether, 90,000 people following you, but you still have to go to work all the time. And, you still have to ask us, when's the next job It's only
so 9 times out of 10, that brand isn't actually using you for you. They're using you for your followers.
Not even that. It's not even that. Free marketing. They don't have to make content. One of the most annoying things I imagine about running a brand is having constant material out there. If somebody's going to make it for me without me having to put any effort in, decide whether it's good or bad, plan a location, plan who I'm going to use, plan who's going to take it, plan who's going to film it. All right, go on. Free marketing. And that's why it's something we'll never encourage. Because if you want something advertised, you have to pay for it. Everybody does. Even, and the last one is charities. Oh, it's for a charity. No, it's not. You're not a charity. Where's your registered charity number? I don't have one. You're not a charity.
You're not a charity. Yeah.
We're going to donate 10%, but then you're not a charity. You're donating to the charity. And because I've seen it twice now, but, I think there's some stuff around it.
The reason I got Dan here is to really explain, like with Dan, your TikTok following is it now 75,000?
Something like that, yeah.
And your Instagram is going up.
Yeah.
When you look at your TikTok following, a lot of companies will look at your TikTok following and go, we need him to be an ambassador. And it's like he's got 75,000 potential customers. Well, like when I came to yours and we sat down and we went through your Instagram and we were looking at your impression rates, your reach rates and everything else, when you look at it and when you see this, it's actually real. So I sat in Dan's house with Dan going through his reach, his impressions, his reach on TikTok.
I won't mention the pizza, don't worry.
No, he won't mention the pizza. And the dog that I sort of got attached to. Yeah, well, I went for pizza and then there was a dog that I sort of got attached to that's there. But literally, the thing is, you're then very appealing to a brand who are looking for these ambassadors and influencers. But you're more what I would describe as an influencer because of your real following and what you do on TikTok. And you talk and you know how to talk about brands, you know how to talk about when you do your lives. But the moment we mention ambassador, and it's that thing of you've got 75,000 people on TikTok, that's 75,000 potential customers for me. I'm going to give you a 20% discount code because I want you as part of my brand's family. There is you're now a mannequin in a shop window that you're putting on a t-shirt and taking constant pictures, constant video, constant this. But we all have normal jobs. Most of our models have a normal job where they go to work. Then they'd have to find time in promoting and doing all these videos and all these photos. You're actually doing it for nothing. You're going to a normal job to get paid to buy that stuff, to then put
do that for free
and do what you do at work for free.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is just, it's crazy. It's a big, big worry. And when
from a brand's point of view, it would also, the amount of exposure that you can get via TikTok, if, for example, you wanted to do a campaign through a Facebook ad, for example, the amount of money that company would need to pay to get that same exposure on TikTok, on Facebook, would be phenomenal. So to put that into example, I posted a video on TikTok at 12:30 today. Okay. I checked before I came on the Zoom. It has now been viewed over 250,000 times. Okay. Yeah. That's 250,000 impressions in 4 hours, I think it was, of potential customers that are my age, men and women, that follow me because of either I'm funny, the way I look, whatever. And that is something that a brand can then use and abuse me for those 250,000. I mean, I think it's like 3 million or 2.5 million views a week on TikTok. Okay. So if you want to try and replicate those figures on a Facebook or Instagram advert campaign to reach 3 million people, it would cost a brand a fortune. Yeah. So what TikTok have now done is once you reach 100, this is this week or last week they implemented this, TikTok now have a brand ambassador program, okay? Where once you reach 100,000 followers on TikTok, you can apply to be approached by brands. You've got to have 100,000 followers, so many views, blah, 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 blah. And then brands will reach out to you in TikTok. I'm friends with quite a few of the other TikTokers, and they have all said they've been approached by these companies and they think it's brilliant. They're sending me a t-shirt. As long as I wear it in 2 of my TikToks, I haven't got to pay for it. I said to one of them, I said, you've got 1 million followers. You have 1 million followers, and every one of your videos, no matter what it is, gets over 100,000 views. You're now going to promote that person's t-shirt for free. You're going to work for it, and you're going to promote it to, if you did it in 2 TikToks, say 250,000 people, they're going to get exposed to for free, for nothing, and by a figure who on that app is seen as, a popular person. So they're going to see that popular person with 1 million followers wearing this brand and physically saying about that brand to potentially another 200,000 people, and they're all going to go, wow. So from a brand's perspective, TikTok now is absolutely huge. One of my friends got asked, she's only 30, bless her, she got asked if she wanted to be the face of a mature dating app, right? And they weren't going to pay her. They said, we'll give you a month's free. We'll give you a month's free subscription to this mature. She said, I'm married with kids. What do I need a month's free mature dating app, thing for? You could put it in your profile. So they're really banging on about you can have our name in your profile, But these brands are now being able to target millions and millions and millions of people for nothing.
Yeah. Sorry, nothing. Are old people using TikTok?
Sorry?
Are old people using TikTok?
Old people? What do you class as an old person, Ronell?
Well, we know what mature means. Mature never means intellectual, which it should, but
Well, I'm 33 nearly. I know. I'm nearly 33, and I know people. There's like over 30 groups on there that all kind of go together. They're like, let's show the kids how it's done. But then you've got the other side of TikTok where it's 12, 30, 14-year-olds. But then you've got there's a granddad on there in his 80s with 2.5 million followers.
No, but I mean, that's it all. They were asked to be the face of a mature, but they're 30. They're not even thinking about it. It's not even say that person agreed.
And she doesn't even look old as well. She doesn't even look old. And they said, be the face of our, because I think she's got 150,000 followers now. And her videos do very well. Be the face of our new app. We'll give you a month's free trial.
Free subscription. What's that, like $6.99?
Yeah, exactly. Tenner. You're going to give me a tenner?
See that? I'm not saying, that's what I mean. Because even with influence now, the gifted partnership is the new thing now.
Yeah.
So you're going to give me a set. Once again, it's how it used to be. You give me this set, I'm going to use it and tell people why it's good and why they should use it, blah, 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 blah. How does it work if they're not actually, what if the product is crap? And then the video comes off the video comes off really fake, and then the followers go, "Oh, I don't really get the sense."
Yeah, you've lied to us. You've lied. You know what trolls are like on the internet these days. They bring them. They destroy that person.
And this is why the marketing stuff is so important, and why what we do is such a big deal. Because nobody has ever commented on a clothing brand and gone, "I get a feeling you don't like that T-shirt." Seriously. The quality of the shot, the quality of the video is there. You're not going to go, did they really like it though? Because it just wouldn't matter. But like you take a selfie in the toilet with the T-shirt, something tells me it's probably not your pride and joy.
Influence. When an influencer talks about stuff, sometimes they will tell you if it does or doesn't do what it's supposed to. That's the joy.
But you see that person, the one in his example with the mature app, they're not going to say a good thing about it. And if they do, it's just not going to come across authentic. So even if she's trying to be authentic, she's being genuinely, serious about it, because she doesn't match what the product is, there's no way she can influence it properly.
All her followers know that she's been told to say that.
So exactly. So even if it's her actual opinion, because that's something we can never know. If somebody reviews something, you just have to hope that they're being genuine, sadly.
But what if her followers find it? What if she does this advert and then all of her followers find it and they go, well, hang on, you're married with kids.
They've got to put it on TikTok. They have to do a video about it on TikTok that all your followers will see it. So they're going to see it. It's like me being approached by a model train company, which I have zero interest in. It doesn't excite me, but it does to some people. And this model train company would come to me and go, oh, can you talk about, model trains on your TikTok? If I went onto my TikTok now and went, right, guys, you ain't going to believe this. As you know, I'm an avid model train collector. You need to go and buy this new Hornby locomotive, Thomas the Tank replica, whatever it is. And all my followers go, you what?
Yeah, exactly. What is going on?
And they know it's fake, and it just decredits you as a person as well, because you're trying to use your followers for financial gain, which people do not like.
No, they don't. And also, the one nice thing I've heard today in an email that I've received through my brand model's email, this thing about paid promotion, I don't know if Renel's seen it yet, but when you go onto Instagram at the moment, and anybody can put they're in a paid promotion with or I'm in a promotion with ASOS. Well, now Instagram are coming after them, and Instagram are going to be monitoring it. And if they find you're in a paid promotion, they will actually start to remove the accounts if it's not officially true.
Yeah, I did read a bit about this. They were saying that what they want to do, because you know how we said anybody can just request it now, because before it was both accounts would have to agree that this person was allowed to do it. But now anybody can just send it to that account and say, I need to approve me. Boohoo are thinking, yay, loads of people want us to have in their bio. So free advertising once again. But I heard what we want to do is proof of purchase.
That's right.
They want you to show proof that they've actually paid you for your time. And I think it's just invoices and there's something else that they said.
Pay slip. It's some form of a pay slip. And I mean, how many that I've seen today
it's going to shift the game.
Paid promotion. And I'm like,
zero. It's going to shift the game. It's going to shift the game. And that's why I think the stuff like this is so important, because really, I'm just saying, if I run a small brand that I want to scam people, I'd be all over this now. That's what I would be doing. I wouldn't be commenting on pages. I wouldn't. There's no need. The fact that people are so eager about it. If I just send them a request and say, look, say we work together and I'll pay you for it, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, sure, I'll do it. It's going to look like I've been paid. And then Nike are going to come to me. When they're not, they're not going to come. Well, Nike work for Hannah Martin, so maybe we should give you a chance for your 20 followers.
Yeah.
And your new followers. You got one because you keep deleting them and restarting your theme again. It drives me mad. I hate Instagram, by the way. I know
I despise Instagram.
But the point is, it's about using it effectively. And that's the issue with the whole ambassador thing. And it's no longer about being good at it. Yeah, just be honest. Because, I mean, we've seen it. We've had people where it's like, oh, you did a paid partnership with those guys. Oh, no, they didn't pay me, but they just asked me to do it. So why do it? What's the point?
And now it's good accounts removed, because that's what Instagram are saying they're going to do. As soon as you can't prove your purchase or being proved to being paid,
it's going against community guidelines, isn't it? That's what they say. It's going up against community guidelines.
All these people might like you doing it, but they're not going to back you when Instagram come after you going, right, we're going to take your page down this, you give us a pay slip. You can't then ring Boohoo and go, can you just give me a fake pay
Can you just make a quick pay slip for me?
For a photo shoot I did last month.
It's so silly. It's so silly.
One of the other things I really just get my gripe is that now some of these companies will say you have to be attached to an agency. You have to be represented by an agency before they'll even look at you. So now what models think is, so-called model ambassadors, influencers, whatever they want to be called, they'll think they can come and get represented by us to then use that to go and get their ambassador and influencer.
Yeah.
Because that's what they need. And I'm like, but hang on a minute, we're providing you with all of this stuff. We're here to help you. We're now, as you know, Dan, we have our back server, which is on a chat server that we use. We now put the jobs in there to all of our models. That takes a lot to do. But then for somebody just to come along and want to use the title of model and use a agency
just to get their discount codes.
Do that annoys me.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it properly, man. Don't do it for a discount code. I mean, as wrong as it is, I'm like, come on, I could do that. I have. I'm just, but yeah, but it's like I said earlier, we're not gonna. I'm as long as I'm breathing and he's breathing, we're not gonna encourage this stuff. We're just not. I'm never gonna say, okay, guys, let's stop with the paid work. Hannah Martin.
It goes completely against your whole business.
Yeah, there's just no point. You know, Hannah Martin has DM'd 27 of you. Let's all do it, guys.
Yeah.
Let's all get content together,
I
guys.
get them all the time.
Yeah, Brute Impact Fashion, that's another one. Sorry, we really should be doing this, actually.
Remember the one I sent you, Malvin, where a lot of these brands, they try and make it look so professional. I think it said it was from the Empire State Building, and it was all very professional. And, you think, oh, my God.
Is it Chic NYC Runway?
That's it.
See that?
Yeah. I've had 2 of them. Oh, my God, I'm going to be on the New York runway. I'm going to be on the New York runway. And you look at this, and it's all, congratulations. You have been approved.
Yeah,
and I think, what have I been approved for? Alone? What have I been approved for?
Like, they email again saying it's approved and it's limited time. Yeah. And like, well, it's been 3 years now. You still got. We're like, am I still there?
And you get to the bottom, you read down, it goes, all you have to do is make a select a purchase from our store, and you're like, right, go on.
No, see, give it a chance. Go on the store. It's all stuff from Wish.
Yeah, there's
no.
No, I'm deadly serious. Look, I'm telling you, I have too much time sometimes. Because you're just like, I swear I've seen that really rubbish ring before. You have. It's on Wish Crown. But they're charging you $37 for it.
Yeah.
And $25 shipping fee.
We had 11 emails. 11. And they were different named people. And it was the
Anna, Polly.
Anna, I've had her.
Yeah, and it's the exact same.
Connor. I'm like, oh, jeez. And then when Dan messaged me, and he went, Malvin, I've had this. And I went, no. And actually, he went,
the first one I had, I thought, Malv, I've made it. I've made it. I'm on the jet. I'm booking my flight.
Exactly. That's the joke. Because that's what I think it says on there, you know. They do shoots in New York and they'll invite you to come over.
Part of an exclusive club.
So like Ronaldo, and I mean the model won't have a problem with me saying, because he's on a mission at the moment. He's tagged me in about 3 posts today. But James from up north.
Which James? There's hella James. Fish, okay, yeah.
Yeah, not Fish. His name is James Salmon. But James Salmon messaged me today. Now, guess what, Dan? He had the same email from Chic, and I went, no. No.
I've had it.
And it goes for your bio, and whichever email account is in your bio, they'll email it.
They'll send it.
How they get it. And they automatically actually apply you to their subscription list.
Yeah.
Which you then have to unsubscribe.
Yeah.
Why you keep getting
I've unsubscribed now 37 times, and I'm still getting Sarah, Connor, and Becky sending me stuff. And I'm like,
they try to make it so personalised, don't they? And like, you're 1 in a million. We've selected you. You are approved. Come to New York. Meet Trump.
And it's like, it's not from the Empire State Building. That's just an address you have, which is a PO box in the bottom floor of the Empire State Building. Yeah. You're not actually there.
From a little unit in Luton, isn't it?
Yeah.
But this is why we say, tell us about it, because there are people who they saw New York and were like, oh my God, it's happening. Oh my God, I've been approved.
It's probably a group of 4 lads in a little office going, hey, Trevor, I got another one here. Who should we be today? Dion. Okay. Hey, you got one yet, mate? These suckers.
As soon as they buy it, it's as soon as they've spent 200, 300 quid on all of their little crap. How come they didn't do anything for me? And it's like, did you sign anything? Did they promise anything at all? You just bought stuff, and what do you want to do? Return it? Good luck.
But you're going to be on New York Fashion Week's catwalk, remember, because it says
it did say that.
You know what? Give us enough time on Photoshop. We can put you on there.
Yeah, thank you.
And do it cheaper as well. You don't need a discount code for us.
Jeez, but it is a worry. And when models get told that this company's contacted them from the Empire State Building, they're going to be an ambassador. They think the word ambassador means like some big royal title.
Yeah.
It's not. All it is basically you're a plastic mannequin that you may as well stand in your hallway and take numerous pictures of in a different location. And I mean, I could just sell mannequins instead of models. Put a T-shirt on it and move it around the city centre of London. Take it from Oxford Street, New Regent Street and Leicester Square.
And that's the point. The reason we do this stuff is because there is this belief that they are the same as models. They aren't. They have completely different purposes. I'm not saying influencers are bad, which is what everybody always assumes it is. It's not that at all. But influencers work. So do models, but the work they do is different. They both market, they market completely differently. A model doesn't tell you how good or bad an item is. They wear it, and they look good while they're wearing it. That's literally their job, and that's what they're supposed to do. An influencer is supposed to encourage you to buy it. Literally in the name, influence. Model, it's just a show. And it's important, that's why it's not disappeared, but they're not the same. And it's about making people see that actually they aren't the same. You want to be a model influencer. What you're saying just doesn't make sense.
You can't put those two in the same sentence.
Yeah, because sadly, a true influencer is going to say that
either, because that is a whole contradiction of each other. I want to be a ambassador model. So you want to be a model? Well, basically, it's a model that works for free. Because
I'm sorry, ambassadors are paid for their time. If you're not paid for your time, you're not an ambassador. They can say they are, but they're not. That's why now what a lot of these brands do is say you're the face of the brand. You're not actually an ambassador, you're just their face, which is actually different. And
however, they usually cut their heads off in the picture. So all you've got is a T-shirt, and I'm like, well, you're not the face anymore.
So it's like you paid, £17 instead of £35 for that T-shirt and didn't include your face in it. Didn't even tag you. They tagged the Instagram shop because it's that, buy this for €37. And it's just a T-shirt.
It's just a T-shirt. It's not you. I mean, we can just see that working with all of our models. There's a picture, but it's not got your head in it, and you've got no legs because all we've done is cut the head off and the body off, and all you've got is this T-shirt. There's no point,
Exactly.
And it is a worry. And when it comes to ambassadors and influencers, we get it all the time. Why do we not agree? Why do we not do this? It's because that's not what we do. There are agencies out there that will work with ambassadors. That's fine. But I don't see that as what our job is. As a model agency, we represent models and we get them paid work. The moment we start going, well, we'll get you free work. Well, there's no point in me being here. You could do that yourself.
Yeah, I can do that on Instagram, yeah.
I mean, I might just give up and go work at Morrison's,
With the greatest of respect, we decline a lot more opportunities than we accept for that reason.
We do.
Like I said, loads of people come to us and say, can we use this person? You got to pay them. I'll think about it. Well, no, you're not. You're just going to message them directly.
Yeah.
That's
literally what Group Impact did.
The one thing Dan mentioned earlier about when he said about, if a model's got it on their profile, would we then say, look, there's nothing we can do with you? Dan, when you apply to Brand Models UK, you supply us with your Instagram. And that's so I can look at a model and how they promote themselves and how they present themselves before I accept them. Now, if I find a list of 10% discount codes, then it's down to that thing of, can I, and also Rinell, who's going to be their model manager, can he work with them? The answer really is no, because if they're working for free, we then can't do anything.
It's impossible, isn't it?
It's pointless me then getting Rinell to go out and do all this work because we've got all these models who are working for free. There's no point. We may as well not be here. So when they apply and I look at their Instagram, that's when I sort of get the idea of what they're doing now. So are they a model? Or are they really an ambassador that wants to come in and use our agency to go, I'm represented now and I need to be represented to get ambassador jobs? I'm not doing that. I'm not going to waste anyone's time, including that person's time, model, influencer, ambassador, because we're not going to be able to help them. There's no point me putting them on my books because we're not going to be able to do anything for them. They're already working for free. They come to me, I can't turn that around. Rinell can't turn it around. It's not like, turning around a sale from we're nearly there and we're there. It's we're trying to sell something that's been doing it for free. And that isn't going to happen. So when we actually get the application forms in and I go and look at them, sometimes, yes, it's made on that determination of how many discount codes they got in their bio. And some of them I've seen 11. And I'm not being funny. It's crazy.
It's just like, at least have some loyalty, man. 11? It's just a sign of desperation, and it just makes me think that you're not actually eager for modeling work. You're just eager to be the face of things, and
Correct.
it just doesn't go nowhere. I'd love to meet somebody who's done it all and they've done really well as a result of it. It's why when you said, do you try and turn them around? 9 times out of 10, they leave, they do it, and they go be a superstar, but do the exact same thing, and their follower count doesn't change. They don't get.
But there is one thing. After talking to a model the other day, who explained to me he knew somebody that had been on a reality TV program. They came off.
That's another video, though.
Yeah, but they came off exactly the same because they came off. They were sent all this clothing by a brand for 50% off. But what they didn't read was the contract. Now, a year later, they received a bill from the clothing brand because they hadn't hit their targets every month.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it's back in the days when you came off these TV programs, you were left to your own devices.
Yeah.
And they became an ambassador because it was the big thing to do. And they did. But what they didn't read was the contract. And they signed it, and it was, yeah, we'll do it. And then they were hit with a very big bill. And we're talking thousands of pounds because they hadn't hit their monthly quota every month for 12 months. The thing is, you have to be very careful because you can accept something, and a lot of people go, it was accepted on a verbal agreement, but that's still a binding agreement if it's in text. If it's there in text, and it's written, it's a written agreement.
Word of mouth isn't acceptable anymore, but once again, that's the thing, is what they do is text. No one likes to talk on the phone anymore. They'll just send you a text. Do you agree? And that's actually legally binding because you can't say, I accidentally text them yes. Well, yeah, you did you? I mean, it wasn't autocorrect, was it? You wrote, yeah.
And it's like WhatsApp. A lot of people go, well, I use WhatsApp. Yeah, but WhatsApp can still be saved. My WhatsApp backs up every day. All my messages are kept. And if somebody agrees to something in WhatsApp, it's there.
It's the same with this ambassador stuff. Read. 9 times out of 10, if you read it, you're not going to want to do it. Believe me. Believe me.
Sell 10 items, and then
you're just going to be like, no, I'm telling you, the default young people response will be, no, that's long. I've got to do 10 posts and make at least 10 sales a week. And if I don't, I'm not going to get my 5% commission because it's never big. That's another thing. It's never low.
Pence. It is pence.
Yes, but read. I say that more than anything. Read.
Yeah, read everything.
Read everything.
If they read everything. But the thing is, we've done this for that reason. We've not done it to say influencers are bad. Influencers do what they do, and they do it very well. Models do what they do. It's just this thing of discount codes and then expecting us to be able to sell you when you're working for free. Mm-hmm. It can't be done. It is a very difficult thing to do. And then if you sit on our books, and as I said to many models, if they look at you and they look at this person and this person's not an ambassador and you are, they're going to accept the one that isn't because that's the one they're going to be worth paying.
Yeah.
It's all too much now. There's that many ambassadors in the world. I would hate to see the job sheet of every ambassador in the world right now because you're talking thousands.
That's the point. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And it just wouldn't stop. And it's because it's so freelance and there's no structure to it. That's why when you're not seen as that, it's like, oh, actually, I'm going to say, get here at this time and they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Because that's their choice. They know they've got to do it. It's a very different sort of thing. Once again, we're not anti-influencer, but the point is influencers work. There's a schedule to it. It's not this random free-for-all, I'll just do whatever you like because I'm grateful you sent it to me, which is what exists with the ambassador thing. Otherwise, the ambassadors you would see would put more effort in and actually showcase what they're proud of, and they're not doing it because they've been contracted to. They like it, and that's the difference between them and influencers.
But it's the same models. They're not paid. That's why there's no interest.
That's why, and that's why it needs to go. That's why it needs to go.
They get these codes, they stick them in their bio, and they forget about it. They leave it. That's it.
And it doesn't go nowhere. They blame the brand. The brand blames them. It's the silly cycle, and it's why we each other. Yeah, it's why we come across as quite on it in terms of the work, because I do think there is that whole oh my gosh, influencers they're not this. And it's like, no, they actually put effort in. They sit and they do branding. Their whole existence is to try and make that product look as good as it can be. And it's the same as a model. That's exactly what models do. You don't pick a model because you pick them because they'll be the best for that product, or they'll make your thing look good. You have a vision for what your thing is, and they fit that. That's the whole point of hiring them. It's not because I'll put a code up and I'll get a post and that'll work. But you don't hire. Yeah, exactly. You don't hire models for them to post it. You hire models because you need content and you want it to be you, and that's the point. And that's why the ambassador thing, it just really doesn't work because they're doing it for themselves. It's not for the brand.
And they lose interest. And once an ambassador loses interest, the photos will get sloppy. The videos... And
then they'll jump to the next one. They'll wait for...
Yeah, they'll move on.
That's it. And I'm telling you, pay somebody for their time. They will love you forever.
They will do.
They will stick with you all the time. There will be no reason for them to. And that's the message that we try to convey to the models and to the brands, because once again, a lot of the startup brands do this, and it's just about letting them know, actually, this don't work. Good luck, but it's not going to work.
They're trying to get a shortcut to... they're trying to miss out spending money. You know, they don't want to spend money, so they'll take these little shortcuts. I'll get somebody to advertise it for me. I'll get them to take the photos. That means I haven't got to pay for advertising. I haven't got to pay a photography company. But at the end of the day, the end result of that is your product doesn't look professional, and then you're not going to get sales, and then you're gonna blame everybody else for it not selling, apart from yourself for not putting the money in.
Yeah, it will go bust, and they'll restart. They'll make a new one with an underscore,
and then they'll do it again. They won't learn from it. They'll say it wasn't me, and then they'll say new brand guys looking for people who want to wear it, and they'll do it again, and it'll fail.
Coming soon, 2021. Yep, that's literally what they'll do.
It is an ever-recurring circle, and it does. It just keeps going and going and going. And the problem is it's never going to stop. You know, unless we educate the models that come on board, like we do, and we do educate them, you know, we support them as much as we can. And Dan, you know that from when I've spoken to you, and you know how we work. You know, people don't understand what Brand Models does, but we are actually like a very big family group where we actually look after the people that we have under us. You know, Rinelle's contacted numerous times a day. I'm contacted numerous times a day. I've had this, I need advice with this, I need advice with that. But the thing is,
never change.
We're there to do what we are there to do. We are there to support every model that we have. We're there to guide them, make sure they do things correctly. We're a sort of mother agency and agency together. I've explained this today. We're there to support you, help you grow, help you do things properly. We'll also then start trying to get you onto paid work. And, you know, we can't put models forward for a job. The jobs will come to us and go, we want that one. And that's what we do. We can never really tell companies.
You have to use this person. Yeah.
But, you know,
we're working on it. We've got strategies for it. But it's true. If a company doesn't want you, I mean, and we've done it. We've gone, you really want that one? I mean, seriously, not like they're bad, but just sometimes probably be a better fit. No, normally it's just you think that person would probably be a better fit. This is what I mean by it's looking at the design aspect, because remember, 9 times out of 10, we're going to have to share the pictures too, or we're going to have to take them. And it's about, look, okay, you make really small T-shirts and you've picked the person that's 6 or 7. That's cool. But do you have anything that actually fits them? But it does happen, and it's why we like to actually have that discussion, because sometimes, you know, they make extra large jackets and they've picked somebody who's 4 foot. And I'm just like, I don't see how the picture's going to look okay, because at the end of the day, that's what we've got to do. We've got to sell
that product looks best it could possibly be,
And that's why it's not personal. There's too many of you guys to make it personal, to be honest. There's way too many. It's literally just raw. Would they fit it? Yeah. He's a medium. He could go into that. That'll work. We'll suggest that one. But that's the point. It's about being fit for purpose. And it'd be so much easier if we could pick. Believe me, it'd be so much easier. I'd say, hi, Boohoo. This one, this one, this one, this one. This one.
There you go.
This one lives right next to your office. This one. This one lives right next to the sales guy. They could get in the same car. Take that one. It'd be easier.
370 miles away. Oh, no.
Seriously, you'd be surprised. Yeah, we want that one. Yeah, but they're really far away and like COVID, they couldn't travel. I mean, normally I'd be like, yeah, go for it, but they can't travel, so you want them to come to Carlisle? I don't think that's gonna work. How about you pick one of my models in Carlisle? How about that?
Yeah, it is a difficult
That's why it's important. Yeah,
it really is. And I mean, the nicest thing about doing this today is it actually gets our point across. And I think that's the most important thing, because a lot of people think we're just biased against it and we don't like it. It's not that. It actually now explains why we don't really like it, because it doesn't actually help us help that model. And I think that's the most important thing that people need to take away from this interview sort of chat, is that we're
making this far, guys. You're watching this and you've made it this far. Well done.
Yeah, fair play to you.
Most important bit,
yeah,
say it. Hang on, soldiers.
But it is that thing where, you know, we have to look at it and we have to put our point across. And it's got to be done. But from these interviews, of course, will come others, and talking about more subjects that people need.
Reality TV. Reality TV's next. Boom, reality TV, let's do it. Let's do it. Look at his face, let's do it. Reality TV.
There isn't any at the moment. It's all on hold for COVID-19.
Oh, stop. Yeah, that's the joke. That's the joke. That's
I don't know what we're going to watch at Christmas. But literally,
reruns. What's it? Love Island Australia, Love Island Estonia, Love Island Madrid, Love Island
from 2016.
Yeah, Norway.
But the importance of these interviews is why we do them. We're the people that run Brand Models UK, and Dan, I mean, you're one of our vlog team, and you know, you usually do the lives on Instagram, but you will be helping us out with these, and it's important to get your side too as a model. You've had many things that you could add into this today, and it's important. You know, people need to know from a model's perspective what's actually
good to get everybody's point of view, isn't it?
It is, and I mean, it's not just the model manager and the owner; it's the model manager, owner, and a model. You know. Yeah.
It's why we're so open in dialogue, because we feel like we should be, especially if we're nurturing you. Especially if we're nurturing you, you should be able to say, "Hi, is this okay?" Or as soon as you said an American company, Empire State Building, how did I know what you were talking about?
Even I'm going on New York Fashion Week runway.
But that's what, because we're experienced and we've seen it, and the whole point is to try and make you feel better and encourage you that actually, yeah, this isn't worth your time. But
we should get everybody who's been sent that email saying they're approved. Okay, we should all of us get on a plane, all walk into that Empire State Building, to that exact address, and go, "We're all here. We're all approved. Where do you want us? Where do you want us?"
I'm gonna look for it, man. Because
they'd be like, "Who the hell are you? We're approved. 38 of us here. Where do you want us?"
I've got your email. Look, it's here. I've been approved 7 times. 3 times in 2019, 4 times this year. Come get me. Here's the bill for flash. Because, you know, here's the bill for flash. Champagne wasn't cheap, so thanks, guys. It's fine. I pass. Approved. It's fine.
They all just need to comment on our YouTube channel underneath going, "Yeah, I've had mine too." And it's on and on and on and on and on. But the nicest thing, as I say, we're doing these to help people and just to guide them in the right direction. You know, that's the biggest and most important thing right now. So from this, we'll come up with new and everyday themes. I know Renelle wants to do reality TV.
It's a good reason, trust me.
There's many things we can talk about within this industry, and getting people to understand what they should and shouldn't be doing. But hopefully today's been informative for everybody, and it's given them an insight to what our opinion is and a model's opinion is. And then, of course, what we'll do is we'll put this out onto YouTube and our social media. Of course, on social media, it won't be this long. It'll be a clip. But you can on YouTube and you can have a look. But
I was supposed to ask, you got any questions?
Have you got any?
I haven't got any questions, no.
No.
So because normally when I first meet somebody for the first time, that's what I do. So I ain't done it yet.
Yeah.
So I thought,
no, I haven't.
You got nothing from me. Okay. Yay, presentations, yeah.
We'll look at the themes for the next one. We'll get it out onto social media. I know Dan does the adverts on stories and stuff to say what we're about to do and what we're going to be doing. It has caused quite a sort of reaction on Instagram to what's going on, and I've had many people contact me directly going, "Oh, what's this Zoom meeting? What's it about?" It says it in the advert that Dan did. But, you know...
You see the reading again? You see the reading again?
Listen, read, use your eyes.
Read, watch, and look. But literally, the biggest point is we'll do this more often. We'll get stuff out there. We've also got Ali, of course, who's our fitness guy, so it'd be good to do something with him, because I know from the fitness model side, it's a whole different side and a whole different sort of thing. I mean, there's more influencer and ambassador things in that side as well. And it's huge. It's one of those biggest discussions around, but we're not, you know, using it as a negative. We've used it as a positive, just to get our points across. Mm-hmm. Hopefully people understand. Hopefully they've enjoyed it. And then we can all reconvene for another one in the future, talking about reality TV.
You see how happy he was when he said that? You see? Because he's look. You know what? If I get 10% discount for Love Island, I might join it.
We all want to be the next Gaz off Geordie Shore, don't we?
Oh, not all. You see? Look, I'm already. You see the face drop as he said Geordie.
Oh. Yeah, it's great. I can't wait. We'll be that very soon.
See, that's how they talk. Yeah, that's great.
Well, I'm going to get my Dan, of course, you've got TikTok. What's your TikTok, Dan?
My TikTok is Dan Spragg Official.
Dan Spragg Official.
Just to differentiate myself from all the other Dan Spraggs on TikTok.
I was going to say, because there's many. And Renal, your Instagram is...
What about my TikTok?
Do you have TikTok? Because you told me you don't like it.
Yeah, I don't. Screw your TikTok. I don't care if the world loves it. No, screw your TikTok.
So
my company's really trying to get me to join.
What's your Instagram, sorry?
Wait, hang on. I'm mad. I always get it wrong. It's Vitesse P. But if you just go on Brand Models, it's there somewhere.
Yeah, it's there somewhere.
Right,
it's there somewhere. Go and look for it yourself.
Yeah.
But Brand Models UK, of course, is the main one, which is at Brand Models UK. Everything will be posted there. There's also bits to be put up for a quiz on our story. That went really well the other day.
There'll be more tomorrow.
Quiz day.
More auditing. Lovely couch quiz tomorrow. Going to be doing some more statistics on you guys because the British Fashion Council wants it. So
yes, we need to make sure we're doing stuff. But we will say goodbye. And we will catch everybody again. You're not waving.
See you later.
Just to get hands.
Why are you not waving?
Yeah, okay, bye-bye. Adios, peeps. We're all going to talk in a minute. We're just going to talk off this.
Don't disappear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Bye, people.
See you guys.